Welcome, welcome, welcome to One Take Wine. What are we even doing here? This time, super exciting, a new producer that sort of came on the radar. Another one of these young guns of Burgundy that are making names for themselves and setting the quality bar pretty high, pretty high. And I would imagine making some of the traditionalists a little bit nervous. I hope so anyway, because if this is the new movement in Burgundy, then I'm all for it. But I don't know that much about this producer. Got one of their whites, one of their reds. What are we waiting for? Let's get her on. What do we got in the glass? Look how pale that is. Some lemon and almost like an almond oil. Definitely some white flowers coming off this. Okay, the floral effect translates to the palate very nicely. The lemon is more lemon zest maybe. You know what it is? It's yuzu in a good way now. Ultimately very light wine, hint of something peppery, huge energy, very high acidity. What do we got? It's Petit-Roy. I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe. 2022. It is a Bourgogne Haute Côtes de Beaune. It's a delicious wine, but it's also one that you might want to save for, at least right now, for seafood, especially for like oysters, things like that. Something with a lot of minerality, where lemon or almost like a sour citrus effect would come into play and really, really benefit. But beware, there isn't a ton of depth. This is a very energetic and light and joyful wine. I think it's meant to be enjoyed fairly young, although I would probably give this a year or two and see what happens. Yeah? Good drive, good finish in this. A winner. What do we got in the glass? Look at that, how pale it is, how see-through, how light it really is. Quite delicious nose. It makes me a little hungry. Maybe a little bit of yeasty sort of bread-like quality. Very fresh though, and that's reflected in the palate. Young strawberries, and with a little zing of rhubarb maybe to it as well, I think. Ooh, a little bit of pepper in there, some white pepper. This is a very, very nice glass of wine. I must say, it's one of those Burgundies where it kind of dances on your tongue a little bit. It's kind of playful, and it's ready to go. It doesn't seem like an aging wine. It seems like a pop and pork kind of thing. Those wines have their place, like right now. A bit of darkness towards the back, more of a vegetable licorice in this case. I suppose fennel, because it has this brightness to it, this kind of refreshing, almost mentholated quality. Oh boy. Yeah, this is a beaut for a simple wine. No length. Just a little bit of tannin drawing it out. Sort of wimpy mid-palate structure, I would say. It's purely a pleasure wine. You don't have to overthink this puppy. It's a Savigny Les Beaunes Premier Cru. I'm going to get back to this in a second. Le Lavières from Petit-Roy. The Savigny Les Beaunes Premier Crus that I've been having here, and some of the Beaune Premier Crus, no, I don't. I think they need to redefine what Premier Cru is. This is not a Premier Cru wine. I mean, it's clean, and it's a beautiful wine, and it's a joyful wine, and I'd love to drink lots and lots of, but it's not Premier Cru depth or quality as far as I'm concerned. For a simple, joyful wine, absolutely I recommend it. Don't overthink it. If it's, within your price range, it's an absolute must-buy for Burgundy lovers because, bright, fresh, energized Burgundies like this don't happen every day. People like this make me jealous. Jealous in a good way, but still jealous. The producer, he's a micro négoce, originally from China, I want to say, and I went to Japan and then ended up in Bourgogne in 2008. Worked with Lefebvre, worked with Rousseau, worked with Bise. I'm missing another big name. Probably at least practiced his craft there. Always good to have a little bit of pedigree in terms of where you come from or where your training comes from. And then to strike out on your own. He's got his own grapes, but I think they do a lot of purchasing as well. And he opened a restaurant in Beaune in 2014. First of all, if you're producing, I don't know, there's a lot of cuvées of Petit-Roy. That's number one. Number two, and then you're running a restaurant from 2014. You just got into Burgundy in 2008. And you're producing wines of this quality, this finesse. this finesse that I love so much, this energetic finesse that is so beautiful, that is so wonderfully Burgundy. What a wing combination, what a great producer. I think they're a little more vin de soif. They're designed to be a little lighter and a little bit more fleet of foot. Now, that said, these two wines that I purchased from Petit-Roy are from the lower end of their offering. So I don't know. I'm very excited to try some of the other wines. So great that Burgundy's in the hands of people like this. Of course, there had to be a changing of guard a little bit. It was getting a bit stale. The same old names, the prices are stratospheric, and people like me never see them anyways. We have to find beautiful, generous producers like this that can still excite us and keep us in the Burgundy game. Have you tried Petit-Roy? If you have, I'd really like to hear your notes, your thoughts on this producer, or on some of the other newer producers around Burgundy. Also, any comments you might have, any thoughts, just drop them in the comments. Love to read them. It's always good to see that people are engaged and to meet other Burgundy lovers like myself. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by, for watching. Remember, at all times, to stay hydrated, but above all, to stay thirsty. See you next time.